Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. She is sponsored by Nishmas Am Yaakov Shalom and Leah Basitzchok. We're holding Basra Daf from base. We're starting the two dots that have now from base in the bottom. So we want to talk about Ein Mekablim Pigdoino Yislo Min Anoshim Veloy Min Avodim Veloy Min Atinoikos. You cannot accept Pigdoinos, which means a pikadon, so you have to hold on to. You can't go and accept not from women, not from slaves, and not from children, because maybe you assume maybe it's not theirs. Maybe they stole it, right? Maybe they took it away. You can't take it away from them. You can't keep it for them. It says the more, but kibel min isho, if you did accept from a woman, so then yachzil leisha. Give it back to her. I don't want to accept it to begin with because maybe she stole it. But if I don't know otherwise, and I did accept her, I'll give it back to her. Female, so she dies, yachzil abayil, give it to the husband because the husband inherits the wife. Kibel min evet, if the slave, you accepted a pikodim from the slave, yachzil evet, gives it back to the slave. Females. And if he returned it back, if the slave died, yachzil rabbi. Why? Once the Eved dies, it goes to the master. Now, it says the Rashbam, what happens if the slave was released in the meantime? What happens then? If the slave was released, you still say that what? That it goes back to the master. Why? Because when they took the pikadon, then the master, you were still underneath the rishus of the master. So therefore, you assume that the money came from there.
Why doesn't he keep it?
What?
Why doesn't he keep it?
If he's alive, he keeps it.
No, if he's alive and he's free.
If he's alive and free, he keeps it. Say if he died. They gave it to David and David died, so now you give it to the master.
Right.
Even if he was released, I'm assuming, but the money came before he was released. He got it, accepted the money from me before he was released. So therefore, it goes back to the master. So look at the Rashbam. The Rashbam says, in the last Rashbam in the Talmud, he said, if near beinai to adinim nishtachar ha'eved v'achakar meisach zil rabbi, he was released and didn't die. Sha'eved ha'kishivkit, when he gave up pikadon, he was eved. Stak avodim gazlodim, right? But so I'm still assuming it belongs to the master. Says the one that will base of Dalaf. Kibel min hakoton, except from a child, yasa lo yisagulo. You make a zgula. Zgula means you make a trust. It wasn't explain what exactly is the trust. What exactly are you going to use do with the money? If he makes, and if the child dies, yachzil yoshev, give to anybody who inherits him. Anybody, one of these cases, the woman, the slave, the child, when they're dying, they're saying, Sheploinihem, it belongs to this person, Yaseh Kipirusha. Then you listen to them and you follow what they are. That you assume that they're probably saying the truth. V'im lav, Yaseh Pirush lePirush. What does it mean, lav? In other words, if you don't trust them, look at Moshe Rashbam. Rashbam means a few pshatim, which is the first one. It's the Kolayim V'im lav me'im on laud nivkot shapikot shaloi saploinu shabayim shalaymu. When we talk busha, or tzim lo mashu shabaylim, they're just embarrassed. They want to say they belong to somebody else. Pirush means you assume they're probably saying the truth, but if for whatever reason you think it's not true, you change what they're saying. Something like Vitayu de Rabbi Chano, the wife of Rabbi Chano, Kikashachfo, which was dying, Omro Hani Kipi de Marto Bre Barto. These jewels belong to the person in Marto and the son and the children of his daughter. Also, if you trust him, if you trust him, you follow it. If not, if they're rich and it makes sense that this money belongs to this person, you follow it. Now you change it. So what is the pshat over here? As we should explain, it's not an edus. It's not a testimony or anything like that. Pshat is an indication. If they're dying and they're saying belong to somebody, you assume they're probably saying the truth. I don't have an edus over here, but I don't know what to do with the money. I'm giving it to the person they're saying to. If I'm assuming for whatever reason not say the right thing, I take it away. Says the more I mean a cotton yasel is gula. A cotton, yeah, you do is gula. My is gula. What is gula? Chiz do amar sevetoiro. Make a sevetoiro out of it. Why? Because the Torah stays, and you make a lot of mitzvahs out of it. Right? The Rashbam says, "Lil nubor your parents, but I can't you keep it, and you still enjoy the fruits." But we know my dikul doch. I mean, tamre, a tree, a palm tree, they eat from it dates. In the Mishnah, that a father and son, they don't have chazakah because they eat from each other. Even if they split it, you still say that they allow each other to eat from the fruits of the other. Once they divide it, once they split it, no. Once they're mechalik, there is a chazakah. Rav told me, Hormis Ardoshin, he came in this place called Hormis Ardoshin. The Ishtaila of Acha by Yaakov Shvei Dam Nachman. And Yaakov told him a story in the name of Nachman, by Yaakov. Cholku loi. Once they split it, there's no chazakah. V'yichas aloi, we say it's not a chazakah. Taya me'achi ben shecholak v'yishto shirgash. This we saw a little bit earlier. If the son divided from the father, not anymore in the same household, and the wife got divorced, like any other person, that what? That they are they have a chazakah. There is a brother, and he is the one in charge, right? The father died, and there's the Yerusha, there's the household, and he goes. He's the one busy with it. He deals with the buyers, the sellers, and so he has different types of shtaris. It's called unus shtaris, different types. They're coming on in his name. Unus is a shtar. Mechiras, the Rashbam says, shtaris of alva, going to him specifically, not to any other one of his brothers. He says, you know what these dealings are? That's my own money. What do you mean, your own money? You're a brother like everybody else. I inherited my mother. My maternal father gave it to me. That's not your mother. You're not part of it. It's only me. The raya is on him. Why? Because he's dealing in the house, you assume whatever he's touching belongs to everybody else. No. If I have a shtar that says his name, I'm assuming it's him. Unless I know otherwise. Almost Shmuel, said Shmuel. Abba is the name of Rav. So Rashbam used Marich. That the first name of Rav was Abba. They called him Rav because when he went to Bava, it says here the Rashbam, the Yisoid, that in Eretz Yisrael, who was, we call the Rabbanim in Eretz Yisrael, Rabbi Meir, Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Yudo, and the most important one is called Rabbi Stam. I don't have to say his name. Who's that? Rabbi Danos, we call him Rabbi. It says similar to Amoraim in Bava. They call Rav something. The Chashav one is called Rav. That's Rav. So what is Moed Eliyahu? Once he dies, now his children are coming and saying, I don't know what happened over here. So they say, okay, it says here shtar that this shtar belongs to your father. I'm assuming it belongs to your father. You want to tell me it doesn't belong to your father? You want to tell me it belongs to the other brothers? Bring me a raya. Matka, Popo, how does that make sense? But realize what happened over here. When he was alive, he needs to be a raya. He has a shtar. The shtar says this shtar belongs only to Shmerel, this brother. They say, 1 second, it belongs to all of us. So says Rav, he has to bring a raya. Now that he died, to his children, they don't have to bring a raya. How does that make sense? Something the father can't tell you, as the Rishonim point out over here. Many times we do for the Yisraelim something that we didn't do for the father. But that's only when the father had the right to do it. But here, what do you take with him? We're assuming it's yours. For the father, you assume is his? No.
I understand. You did assume that it was the father in control.
No, not Rav. Rav holds that if there's a shtar, that's
if you just say that they have to, other brothers have to do
that. No, that's Shmuel. Go back 3 lines.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Shmuel says Shmuel that Rav agrees to him if he died. So I understand. If he didn't die, Rav holds that he has to bring a raya. Now that he died, the brothers, his sons, they don't have to be a raya. Says, well, don't tell me you reinforce the koyach of the Yisrael so much. So right, we're talking about zug de sarbel is a type of scissors, the Rashbam say, that they use it when they do the sarbel and do different sacks. And a sefer of Agoda, miyasmi beloy rayu. But very masuim la'ashu la'askim. In other words, it was something the people usually borrow and rent. And they went to the house of the Yisraelim, they say they're a beautiful sefer. That sefer belongs to Shmuel. Give back to Shmuel. They say, I don't know, maybe it's ours. Say no, because it's something that usually people lend and rent, probably belongs to Shmuel. Why do we say that? It says what I'm going to base, it will base. That's the rule by the father too. A person is holding on to an item. And you tell him, what does this item do by you? So it belongs to me. So one second, is this something that people usually lend and rent? So you can't say it's yours. So he's not Neman, so the son is not Neman. So what do you see from here? I don't give a special privilege to the children. Whenever the father is not Neman, the children is not Neman. If the father would be Neman, so I could be turning to the Yisraelim on his behalf. But if he's not Neman, they're not Neman. So the same thing over here, if he's not Neman to say that I'm that these stars are mine, so the Yisraelim also is not Neman. So the more Kasha really is not understood why is Shmuel saying like that's what Rav holds. Now, there's a big discussion. There's a very long Shbam over here. It's a long Shbam, very long, but a very long Shbam. How we paskel halacha. He brings one sheet and here comes a very important insight. So whenever it says Kasha and not to Yufto, that means we still accept it. We have a question. You live with the question. If it says to Yufto, then it's a knocker punch. And the Rashban disagrees with the rule. It says Kasha is on a Maroim, Yufto is on a Mishnah or Brisa. So he wants to use here the fact that we said Kasha, that's not a big question. So I want to say that's why we pass it this way. Do we pass it like Rab, but if he died, we agree to Shmuel. The more continue as a sug. All that is talking about that the brothers and this brother and the other brothers are completely partners in everything they do. They use the same dough to eat bread. So I'm assuming whatever you have for what belongs to the brothers. But if they do split the food, maybe he stored a little bit of food aside and he saved money. So that we don't assume that if I don't have a different raya. Says the Gemara, Rayo b'may. What does the raya has to bring that the star belongs to him? Rabbi Amar Raya be'edim. The raya comes be'edim, which means it has to bring edim that say that this star belongs to him. She's Omar Raya be'kiru star. I don't have to have be'edim, just to mekayim the star. Once I mekayim the star, I'm assuming everything is okay because the kiru star. In other words, once the Beis Din said the star is a good star, they checked out that we assume everything is okay. So we have okay, Rav and Shmuel. That if the brother has to bring a raya on it. We saw a discussion over here. Rabba said Rabbi, she said Kiva Shtar. What do you pass? Okay? That's it. Rabba asked from Nachman, how do you pass Halacha? So he says, I go with the Brisa. The Tanya says in the Brisa. There is a brother who's busy with stars in the house. It's only there's a star specifically for him. And it says mine because I got from my Bertula grandmother. As we said, same case way before. He needs to be a rayo. We assume that's not his. Like Rav. Similar thing if the woman, a wife, a widow, to take care of the house. Then comes stars on her name. From a Shiliyim, Shenafu Li base of Yabba is also coming from my grandfather. Or your base of Yimo, Alel of Yirash to be a right. What's the chen that you're saying a woman is like a man? What should be different? How did they should come on the Shvichol Milso? By a woman, for her to be in charge is something very important. The America Torah can be asked for. Say, oh, she's taking care of the orphans. Like goes to Miyaz, she won't steal from the Yisraelim. What is more saying? There's due to the brother and brothers in the Isha. The Isha, everybody's going around and saying, wow, what a chush of a woman. She's taking care of all the orphans. She'll be very extra careful. I don't have to assume that she took it, that she's lying about the shtar. but the brothers maybe not. So that is the chiddush. That's what I'm saying. That both all these halachas apply to both. And if he's taking care of the household, if he has a shtar that's in his name, I suspect it belongs to everybody. Okay, continue on a few more lines. That was the end of the Mishnah. Then we said, all what we spoke about till now is b'machzik. But if you want to give a gift, you want to buy, you do chazakah. So what do you mean? We just spoke about chazakah. What do you differentiate? You miss a piece of the Mishnah. Meaning there's an argument. The seller side did not sell. The buyer side bought. So then you go on with 3 years chazakah, not 3 years chazakah, that's a whole discussion. But if you have a chazakah that there's no taino, someone is giving a gift right now. A brother wanted to buy it. Someone wants to go and hold on to a ger that died. He just wants to do a kinyan, then the din is no godar parts kol shvei chazakah. He locks the door. We're going to see more details about it on the top of Shabbos. Locks the door. He puts a fence, or he opens up. It's a chazakah. In other words, what? In other words, chazakah of 3 years is only when you have an argument. To do chazakah to be koine, you do no agolo parats. That's the way to be koine, and we'll see more about the Be'ez Hashem in the daf of Shabbos. Kol to Rabbi Say.